I support your truth.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta be very cautious with the women in this industry these days. You never know what will get you fired.
Sad.
It's not a whole movement.
In lieu of me too. So in lieu of our conversation yesterday at the end of that podcast, I've just decided to retire the bits.
No.
Yeah, I think we have to grow up.
This is your
I
fault.
was told that we have to
Have you started?
grow up
It's your
and
fault.
be
Was
adults.
it the network?
So there won't be any more. There will be no bits.
911.
I want you to
Denim will have no more. I have no opinions. We're scripting everything from now. I'm actually reading this from a teleprompter.
See, he said love it.
So,
Measures.
unfortunately, we all have to grow up now, and we're done with the bits.
Who's we?
So, please, bitch, nothing but Bitcoin. There are no such thing as baby bits. Not baby snacks. There's nothing. We're just professionals, and we're just happy to be here. Let's strap
The
in.
most monotone voice ever.
Sam, roll that track, please. What's up, everyone? This is the Unapologetic podcast. I'm Denham Richards. We're here to forge, destroy, and kill the way that you look at the business of entertainment, where all we will talk about is business, and we will not be entertaining because business is very, very serious. Who are you?
Hello. I am the left side, even though I'm on the right. You are with you. Let's go there.
Hi, I'm UK. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
If this is your energy for the entire episode, I can't do this. I can't live like this. Is it because the wine changed colors? What is going
I was
on?
told that I'm not supposed to. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
You shouldn't have
And apparently,
emotions.
if I have any type of dynamicism, I might hurt someone's feelings. And I'm just really trying to walk the line and be safe.
But we're the Unapologetic
Well, now
podcast.
we're going to be unapologetically safe.
That's
Unapologetically in the middle.
In the
Unapologetically
middle.
lukewarm.
Just nobody. wants that.
Unapologetically walking on the line. Unapologetically just drive the speed.
Stay in the box.
So you keep going.
Unapologetic.
20 minutes later.
A few moments later.
I'm unapologetically only pouring the glass of wine halfway.
We're just.
I
that's half-
just thought about it yesterday, and I thought, you know what? They're right. Let's just be safe. It's because you can't. There's no money or value to be made in being dynamic. You know, it's all about towing the line and not having strong opinions.
Is that what you guys
not
want?
Not painting the
Safety.
town red.
Don't paint
painting-
it town red.
Paint the town beige.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Right in the middle, like Kelvin's pants.
Like 10.
Yeah.
You know, we'll paint it right there. Just
my
safe, not really anything, not white, not dark, just blah.
Just the
I don't know. You guys
Nah.
might have to retire my chair. Emphasis on retire.
This is what
We
it
do have
takes to
we
get
do
you
have a
off.
change though, outside of our safeness. We're drinking white wine, which is very safe. We're drinking a Chenin, a Chenin Blanc, right? It's nice and cold. I just figured because, people are like, but, they're just drinking, are they doing these podcasts during the day? Are they doing them at night? Is them just have people out there just drinking? What is he doing? Is he upset? Maybe we need to help him. So I decided, you know what, you're right. We're going to reverse engineer from the red and we're going to come back to the white. And then we'll just have grape juice. I'm all about safety and health.
Maybe we should just have.
This
the
isn't
grapes.
actually a real cigar at all.
It does look different.
It's a fake cigar.
Oh boy.
It's just a stick.
We
It's
found it
actually,
outside.
It's an oak stick.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You can actually, at the end, brush your teeth with it.
I've heard of that.
I wouldn't recommend it. Not with this particular brand.
Off stick.
This is so entertaining. You guys having fun yet?
Are you entertained?
Yeah. Doesn't hit the same way
I
we
don't
got
know,
bits.
guys. I'm actually feeling a bit anxious now. I don't know that I can do this.
I've never held this glass.
I don't
No
know
one's
that
gonna
I
be
can do
watching
this.
this podcast.
Oh, my
no one
days.
watches this podcast.
Ryan, take it back, network. Just take everything back. Let us
I blame
give us our freedom.
Look at that look. Oh
Free
god.
us.
from the shackles.
All right, guys. One
A
more
few.
just for the fans because I'm scared for them.
Yeah.
Network.
Farewell tour.
Yeah, just one more last piece of energy.
It's been an honor.
It's been good.
It's been good.
I appreciate the
Yeah.
hashtag save free speech, hashtag save being able to build and work for your own podcast. Your whole life you may work for something only to find out that you'll never actually have it. Or it'll all be taken away and micromanaged by others. And then you'll get on camera and pretend to be very happy.
In Hollywood.
Except for
Not in Hollywood.
That's why we're here, so we can do our own thing.
Let's go. That's more like
But
it.
no.
All right, everyone.
Oh, thank God.
We're back. I feel liberated.
So much torture.
I think you guys can resubscribe now.
Please come back.
Come back.
I'm
Listen, we
taking the
didn't mean
wheels
it.
off. I drove.
We're running off the tracks.
I did the middle ground. It was boring, and I didn't like what was there. I didn't like what I saw. It was blurry. It was gray. It was smug. It was like a cold, windy day, and I'm not for it. So I'm back and better than ever. What's up, everyone? This is Devin Rich with the Unapologetic Podcast. We're here to forge, destroy, and kill. The way that you look at the business of entertainment.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm the left side, but I'm on the right.
This is true. And what's up, UK?
Hi guys, UK here. And now I'm actually glad to be
We're
here.
happy to be here. We're
Well,
finally happy to
awesome,
be here.
awesome.
All right.
I
You
don't know.
go.
Okay.
Yo guys, what's up? Hugo here. Nice to be here. Happy that we didn't die of frostbite.
We almost
Wow.
fell off. All right, come on, quickly.
Wow. I don't know. I don't want to.
We got 911 in the building. What's up, 911? Rolling
you
on the
don't want
twos
it.
and
I don't want
threes. Twos and threes, twos and threes.
I don't want it.
You're
I'll
doing
just
it?
I'll just let you guys wonder who
I
this
wouldn't
guy.
do that.
I'll be
yeah.
mysterious.
PD,
PB.
PB, what?
Peanut
Princess
butter.
Bull.
Bulldozer.
We got the Princess Bulldozer in the building. As always, bulldozing his way. Couldn't start the podcast without the lip gloss. He has to get last looks with his hair done. We had to change pillows. He had to get a different pillow because the pillow that he
Yeah, it
was
was
using before,
just
he didn't like it. So
That's
he's
true.
like, I can't do the thing until I do. So I had to switch my pillow that I use
Listen.
so that he could be comfortable. You know, I'm all about being a team player, and he's all about being a dictator.
Nope. Opulence. No. What you call it? If there's no opulence, I'm not gonna be here.
We're strapped in already.
Yeah.
When Sam's already rolled the
I'm not
track.
gonna be here.
We're back. You know what I'm like? If we were
Have
watching like
standards.
wrestling, I would be like the Undertaker where they thought they buried me. And then I come out. This is where Sam plays the Undertaker music. I don't remember what it was. But he's like laying on his last thing. And right when everybody's like, no,
He just
what
come out,
happened?
he
And then
sits
all of a
up.
sudden, Hana. And I just come out of the thing like this. And now I'm back.
We should do
And
that.
I'm stronger and better than ever.
I'm back.
We might do that.
Put you in a whole coffin.
Maybe we do like an unapologetic podcast from the coffin, like a fear factor.
Oh,
See how long we can last in the coffin while we're doing it.
Are they closed with monitors inside or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's freaking scary as hell.
I would want
Because I have claustrophobia.
same.
Do you have
Well,
phobias? I have phobias.
That's why I would not
I have
last 2 minutes.
arachnophobia.
You have arachnophobia?
Yeah.
I'm highly arachnophobic.
As well. Oh my days.
Like I'm highly arachnophobic.
Wow.
It's like if I
They're youth
see
these days.
But like now I have to go. The thing is, I have to do it like with everything in my life. Like if I get scared or I'm in fear, instead of reclusing, I have to attack it.
Yeah.
So like
Face
if I
head
see it,
on.
I'm like I have to just go right now. Because if I look at it,
It's like,
I'm gonna start. Yeah.
like
I get heady.
I get what you mean because
Yeah.
the minute I'm like,
and
Now
then my
you're
heart-
thinking. Now.
so at the farm like maybe 6 months ago, I was there. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go there and write. And like I never get to the farm because I'm always working. So I was like, I'm just gonna go do this for me, right? So I go to the farm, hang out, I go outside. You have a cigar. You're doing that. I was like, all right, cool. It's time to call it a night.
Yeah.
And I walk into the bedroom and I turn on a light, which is like why I don't need to turn on a light, but for whatever in this particular thing, I was like, I just turn on a light. I pull the thing and there's this massive spider like this, right? Hairy and this, that, and third. And I was like, like I had a full on, like my soul
Literally?
left my. I pulled it back because in my head I was like, if I didn't turned the light on,
Uh
and I just crawled into bed.
huh. Where was it? Was it in the corner on
No,
the bed
it was
waiting
in
for
the
you?
middle of the bed.
Bed.
I pulled the cover
the
back,
blanket.
and it was just sitting right there
Oh.
under the blanket.
Saying ta-da.
And it was like, da 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 da.
Here I am.
The way that my heart sank, like
Yeah,
even
I
right
can
now,
imagine.
I was like,
Yeah, and I don't even think you have to be
and it was
arachnophobic for
and,
that to
and I
get
took a
into
picture
you.
of
Yeah.
it and then sent it to our workers at the farm. He's like, oh yeah, this is highly poisonous. Because I was like, hey, can you tell me like what am I
Bruh.
supposed to do with these? Like, yeah, you have to get it out right now. And I was like, but imagine had I just crawled into bed, like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
And so of course I was like, okay, what do I do? I went and I got like a big glass and tried to do like, but I was like straight, like my whole spirit was gone. I had to like highly compartmentalize. And then I threw it out, and then I, of course, went and slept on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I was like,
you can't sleep on the bed after that.
I almost considered sleeping in the car.
Like, you don't know what the rest of the
Yeah, yeah, because it's like, if you're here, what more
Who
for
did you?
everybody else?
Who did you bring with you?
Yeah, we're all your friends.
Oh.
I know you brought an army.
In your family.
Yeah, it was not a good, so that's what so I'm arachnophobic. Do you guys have any phobias?
Yeah.
What's your phobia?
Claustrophobic, fear of heights, and stage fright.
Oh, you have stage fright?
You knew this.
You do have stage fright. Yeah, okay. Simba, do you have a phobia?
That would have been devastating. Who's gonna pay me?
He has fear of not having money.
Yes, I can't breathe right now. You took me to a place.
Mophobia?
Well, yeah.
Is that
What do you
called
think we should
mophobia,
call
not
that?
having money?
Can we search this?
Let
But
me search.
what's the fear of not? Is there a phobia for not having money?
While,
That has to
while
be-
we're at it, can we also search what the fear of snakes is?
Do you have a fear of snakes?
Yeah.
Is it more than
More than
the
spiders.
regular person.
spiders?
More than spiders.
Damn. Do you have a phobia?
I don't know if I used to think that I have a fear of heights, but then I was like, wait a minute.
It's the highest building you've ever been.
Exactly.
That's
I was like,
good.
wait a minute.
That's
I'm
not
in
bad,
Africa.
yeah.
I'm watching a bit. I just, I was like, I'm watching a bit too much TV.
We do
I
have,
love heights.
first of all, just for context, we do have
Yeah.
high buildings in Africa.
Yeah, we're not saying we don't.
We're not living in huts.
We
I-
also have hills.
There's
Yeah.
it's just
I was
in
like, wait a
certain
minute.
countries.
This is not practical.
There's
because at that
not
point,
massive, like in South Africa, there's like high towers in South Africa, but in Botswana, I think the highest building is like 28 floors, which is not that
Isn't
high.
it?
Yeah, we're still
It's
in transit.
comfortable,
We're still
28
building.
floors.
28. Really, I've never been there, so
Yeah, it's
I might
just,
be lying.
you can feel, yeah, it's only 28
Where?
floors,
Room 52.
but it's only 28 floors.
Oh,
Yeah, you know the lies in that one.
wow.
Yeah,
You
it's,
just
it's
take us
marketing.
52.
It's great marketing.
Uh,
What's the money phobia? Do we have the?
It's
Do we-
peniophobia.
What is it called?
Peniophobia.
That's what I have.
It's called peniophobia.
Sort of
It's a
like
thing.
the fear of not having money or poverty.
Yeah, I have that.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think we all
boring.
have
I have
that.
that. I'm paralyzed. with that.
Genuinely, bro.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
No, I'm.
Are you?
That's
I think
not
you
a
guys
bit.
think that I'm joking. I'm
No.
actually being
Yeah.
very serious.
Actually, used to call
There's
it
a part.
money
I
anxiety.
think it's probably the reason why I have insomnia is because of it. Like
You
I'm
gotta
terrified of it. If something doesn't work, like what happens if none of this works?
Wait, do you have the fear of spending money?
No, I can't. That's the
Are
whole
you
point that I'm
frugal?
making.
So
Because
I'm
I'm in
saying
fear.
If you have the fear
No.
of spending it, then there's also another term for that.
No, because that's the whole thing. When I'm in fear, I attack fear. In the same way I was like, I'm afraid of spiders. I have to go attack it. I'm afraid of this. I have to go attack it. So because I'm terrified of that, I'm like, I have to go take action. Because I feel like if I just sit here, then I'm like a victim. I was like, I can't. I have to go get it. But even with going and getting it, I'm still terrified because I was like, oh my gosh, this has to work.
Yeah.
Like, I got to make this work. That's why I'm constantly like on a 24/7 thing. That's why I don't sleep. So I have pennyphobia. That's the whole thing. All of the questions in my life have been answered.
Peniophobia.
Wow.
That's it.
And I don't know if you can classify me as claustrophobic, but if I'm in a room, at least one window has to be open. I have to know that a window is open, otherwise I can't breathe.
I think that's claustrophobia. I
Yeah.
can't sleep with a pillow.
I can't.
I can't either.
I can't sleep with pillows because I feel like I'm gonna suffocate.
Oh,
So like I don't sleep on pillows.
I sleep under
There's
mine.
no pillows at
I
all.
can't.
You
I
can't.
There's no
No.
pillow.
So then mine is not
I
that.
can't
hectic.
sleep on a pillow because I feel like I'm going to suffocate.
Like the
What do you think you're gonna flip it?
I actually have to. No, I'll take it a step further. I have to sleep on the edge of the bed. Like I sleep on the edge of the
You're
bed.
just ready to run.
Because when I turn on my face, I need to not touch the mattress.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm gonna like suck in the mattress.
Bruh.
So if I sleep on the edge, like so it's like
That's crazy.
if I sleep on the edge like that, I have all of that space off the
Yeah.
mattress. Right, so I feel like there's an endless supply of air that's gonna go, which is why I also have to have an air con open because I need to feel like there's fresh air coming in.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm like a freaking whack job.
You had to be rich.
It's
I don't give you a poor. You were gonna die, bro. What? You were gonna die.
I was gonna,
Talking about no. I need to have my
Quality
air
of life-
con,
The quality
bro.
of life would be
What in
deteriorated
the-
right in front of
what
our
in the-
eyes. And we'd be like,
What in the
"Are you
privileged
okay?"
phobias? He's like, no.
yeah, the aircon has to be on at 20. I have to have fresh air. It has to come in.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
guys,
That's
it's a lot of
insane.
maintenance.
What happens when the power is out?
It's a bad day at the office. I'll tell you that. That's a bad day. You know
Really?
what? I'll be honest with you. Okay.
Wow.
How brutally honest should I be?
It's unapologetically so.
Unapologetically.
If the power goes out, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. I can get through it, but I'm gonna be honest with you. What would actually happen? I'm going to a hotel.
You're going to a hotel?
Yeah. I'm on my way to the. I'm on
After
my way
like
to-
2
I'm on my-
hours,
I'm on my
after
way
how
to-
long?
I'm on my way to the Hilton.
Immediately.
No, I can deal
Okay.
with it. Like I can do it for like a couple of hours. But if you're like, hey, like one time when I first got here, like 5-6 years ago, I was staying in this Airbnb. It got super hot. Obviously, it was like one of the days it was like 40, right? And when it gets like 40, the electrical wires start to malfunction, right? So I'm staying in this Airbnb, fine, and then it goes out, and it was like at night, and I was still laying in bed, and I was like, you know what? This is just part of the experience. I'm about being a team player, but I'm like sweating, and because my body runs naturally hot, and then I start getting super passionate, I just start dripping with sweat. Like right now, I'm barely excited, and I'm already hot.
I know.
So now I'm like, okay, there's a whole night like this, and my body can't sleep unless it's cold. So I'm like, okay, F it. So I sleep on the floor, on the tile, and I was like, it's cool, I'm doing this. The next day, it's about like maybe 1 o'clock, and I was like, and then there was also, during that time, there was also the curfews. So they had the checkpoints everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So where I was staying in Village, they had like the checkpoint like right there.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and it was like night 2 and I'm like, bruh, I feel like I've just worked too hard for this. Like, why are we pretending like there's no solution to this? So I packed my bags and I walked my tail to the freaking to CBD and I was like, bruh, give me a ticket. I'm going to the Hilton. I need to have the air conditioning. I'm getting the aircon. I'm tired of this. I can't live like this anymore. So I went there and I stayed there for like 3 or 4 days, lived a life, and then the lady was like, are you coming back? I was like, is the freaking power on? I'll come back when the power is back on, but I'm not living like this. So that's just being honest. Yeah.
Who would have thought big, strong, tough, branded Colby is afraid of the dark?
I'm not afraid of the dark. I don't. Here's the thing. We work. Sometimes you go. I've worked too hard. I've already lived like this before.
Yeah.
I've slept on the coffee table.
We can't be going
So
backwards.
it's trauma.
I hear you.
I've slept on the coffee
I hear you.
table.
There's no
before.
reason for us to be
It's
doing
not
this right
just
now.
trauma.
Yes, it's like I've slept on the coffee table before. I've been in the thing. I've lived in my car.
You've been
I
eaten
don't
by-
want.
by bed bugs.
I have pictures of me with bed bugs up. Like I don't
bugs.
want to go back. No, leave me alone. I want to go to the Hilton. Hilton, shout out to you. Become a sponsor. I'm happy to come and do an Unapologetic podcast. And of course, the presidential suite. I wouldn't go there just for a standard room. Let's be honest. You have no phobias? Oh, you're just fine. Life is good for you. That's nice. Must be nice.
I just go.
Wow.
Must be nice to
How
just-
how is it to live like that?
What does freedom feel like?
Why should I have fear, guys? Like, relax, calm down. What's going on?
Did
Breathe.
we get what the fear of snakes is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Ophidiophobia or ophiophobia.
Ophidiophobia is the fear of snakes?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
911.
That's
Are
super.
you is that so would you say on a like if you had to be in a coffin with one of those, the spider or the snake?
Give me the snake.
Give me the spider.
Give me the snake.
Oh,
You know, the spider, bro, with the long legs, and it's just, it's just tickling you, and it's.
I can actually I can chill with the spider.
Give me the
I can
snake.
chill with
What
the
would
snake.
you take, the spider or the snake? I think I probably. Okay, here's the thing.
My hands are sweating.
Is it one spider or one
Okay,
snake?
child of Athena.
But is it like one spider and one snake, or is it like a barrel? Is it like a harvest of spiders and snakes?
Wait,
Okay,
and
actually-
in addition to that, is the spider, if it's one spider, is it immortal or can I squash it?
No, it has to live.
It has to live.
It's
The whole time. So
lucky.
you're
Yeah, because I'm like, bro.
Okay, so let's say like 5 snakes and 5 spiders.
Spider.
What is the size? Are they the spiders like and you found in your
No, I'm
bed?
talking about like that.
Ah,
like
hell
this
no.
one.
Ah, hell
Yeah,
no.
I
You know
don't
what?
care.
I'll do
I'm
the
dealing with
snake.
a spider.
Yeah, I feel like for some reason my brain is telling me
You know
with the
why?
snake,
I
I'm
feel
just
like
gonna
I can-
choke
I
it
feel
like
like I can hold that. Yeah, I feel like I can hold the snake's heads.
yeah, I'm just
But try to hold like a
Chill.
spider leg,
No.
and the other 7 are like this.
What? There's 5 spiders.
and there's an immortal spider, so it's just gonna keep on coming.
Yeah.
No, I
So
can't.
we all agree.
I think we're no,
we
man.
all agree that we'd rather
Ah.
be there with snakes. So I'd
Yeah,
rather be in
no.
a coffin
Y'all
of
are
snakes, but not around people that are snakes. See what I did with that?
That sounds like a bit.
It is a bit.
Lovely.
We
Not
brought
to
the
be
bits back.
confused with Bitcoin.
Now you do Bitcoin because we're back, baby. That's why I put the cigar in my mouth. I just remembered I own the network.
We can't go back to the
You
days
know,
when
in
you
that
did
way,
it.
it would make you guys, the fact that you guys are so deathly afraid
No, I'm
of
terrified.
spiders, you guys are literally children of Athena at this point.
No, but like I'm sweating thinking about the spiders.
Because
I think I'd take the snakes.
I don't think
Take the snakes.
Because
ah
I
spider guys.
can't track the spiders.
I don't need to check them. They can just walk around.
With me, I don't
I
think it's a
can't
fear
track
of
them.
snakes or spiders, but it's just being a regular person. If you see that, you're gonna be like, guys,
Like,
it's a regular. I don't think,
my blood
It's like I don't like them.
It's walking.
My blood.
I don't want to be in a
freezes.
room with a snake. I'm not saying I'd be
I
cool.
do have a phobia.
Wait a second. Where is network?
Network.
Come back.
You have a
man.
fear?
I have a phobia.
Network.
Mosquitoes. You see those
Mosquitoes?
They
They
I'm
just
trying to
suck your
sleep and
blood,
then
bro.
Like a fear?
Network. What is your phobia?
I have none. I have conquered all fear.
You have no phobias.
Actually, I have one.
That sounded so cool.
You have some phobia.
I wish.
I have one.
What?
None of your business.
Dang.
The way would you let us know?
It's super personal.
You could have just kept the.
So you,
I have
so you
none.
don't have any. Okay. So you.
Shareable phobias, like everybody else, fear of falling from high places. I used to be afraid of spiders until I did research and understood what they do,
What do you,
and now
What do
I'm
you
okay
mean?
with them.
what do you
What-
mean?
That
what
might
do
be
they
important
do?
information.
Let
You
us-
mean like cleaning up the ecosystem, killing like the bugs from the
bugs
house
from
and all
the-
that. So you allow them to live
I do.
in your bed?
Except for the ones that like,
Or
because there are
big and
spiders
hairy.
here that in this country that like the little sideways walkers, those little wall
The flat wall
yeah, the
ones?
flat wall
Yeah.
ones. I have conversations with them and I let them know.
So you don't
This is-
kill
Stay
spiders?
over there.
No, I will. Kill
Yeah, like
them.
stay there.
I will kill you.
And I'll
He's
stay
But I'll
here.
tell them this is my room. Don't be in my room.
No, but I had a.
So you don't have
Room, I
a,
will
but you
kill.
don't have a animal or you don't have a paralyzing.
Nothing that paralyzes me. Cockroaches drive me nuts from childhood trauma.
Yeah, but
The amount
that's-
of cockroaches in our house in Brooklyn. But
me
there's
right
no
now.
animal that if it came in my house outside.
No, and the animals I'm not fine. I'm talking about like bug.
Flies, but they don't paralyze me. They just drive me nuts.
Yeah, you.
It's not a phobia.
Yeah,
That's not a
Yeah,
phobia.
that's
That's
what
just an
Like I
annoyance.
said,
Ah, okay, you're not interesting.
Finally, I
Away.
thought you were.
We tried.
We bring you in and then
Away.
you flatline.
Away. Ah, that's
I
so
will tell you.
disappointing. I was at
You
the
couldn't
on the
just
edge of
make
my
up
seat.
something?
Bruh.
as a kid, I
Be
was
a team
definitely
player.
afraid of the dark.
Okay.
Definitely afraid.
So you keep a light on.
I know. I just because I was
What
No
you gonna
lights?
do?
there were no lights there though, in the room.
What
The
you
lights
gonna
went off.
do?
The lights went off.
Yeah.
So you just had to just
Ish.
suck it up, which
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Fine, Bo
I
Dad.
know.
We'll leave the light on for you.
And if I had to pee, I didn't pee.
Ash,
You just held it.
ash, that sounds like torture.
That's familiar.
You just held it?
You just held it.
Ah, no.
Until light came.
What?
Had to-
What if
I
you
had to-
couldn't
I had-
anymore?
You
never
learned how
did.
to.
I just held it.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Because there was always something under the bed waiting for me. There was always something in the darkness waiting for me.
I
Well,
hear
that's the
you.
thing.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you're not exactly
I hear
afraid of
you.
the dark, you're afraid of what's in the dark.
No. it
Or
was
what
the
your
dark.
mind
What
thinks
my
is
mind
in the
told me
dark.
was happening in the
In the dark.
in the
What's
darkness.
in the dark.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
So
I said.
yeah.
Ah, the brain. The brain is fascinating.
But I got through it. I know very much.
What are we talking about today?
Is this what we're talking? I was just about to ask. Is this what we're talking about the entire time?
I actually thought
What
that.
are we talking about?
I actually thought that
We're
from
talking
your
about the root of all
fear.
evil.
Yeah, I actually thought that from your fear would
root
get
of all
into
evil?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the root of all evil?
Right.
Supposedly, they say
Parentheses
it's
money.
Oh,
Oh,
So this
After having
actually the
plenty of
phobia
phobia.
conversation does dovetail into this nicely.
that was very intentional. We knew exactly what we're doing.
almost like I've done this before.
Okay.
Almost like he's a professional.
Why is he taking
Almost.
all the credit?
I just said almost. I didn't.
Why is he
all-
almost taking all the credit?
Yeah, exactly. Look at this guy, so desperate
Good
to
God.
just.
It's
get
not
a word
desperate.
in.
It's just justice.
I literally just said almost.
Hell no.
Look, you have longer arms. Can you pass me my glass, please?
It does seem further today. What is going on?
It's not. It's because I was touching it and trying to figure it out.
Don't touch things, Denim.
So we're talking about money being the root of all evil.
Yeah, and if that's actually true.
Is that okay? So we're
and
saying
what?
ma-
Yeah, and like what potentially do we think?
Oh,
is
okay,
actually
okay.
The root of all
Okay, so I guess the great thing about this conversation is it kind of speaks for itself, right? I don't really need to prompt it. So
like yeah.
yeah, I think so. Everybody does say that, right? And this conversation has the opportunity to go so many different ways, right?
Yeah.
So many different ways. So network will definitely come in here at some point
Yeah.
because it does go a lot of
ready.
different ways.
Yeah.
But there is this ideology that money is the root of all evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, initial thoughts without me going into the weeds and going on a rant.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we'll do when I say we, I mean 911 in studio. So that's when I say. So just for everybody, whenever I say we, I mean me telling it to somebody else and they do it.
Yeah, it's justifiable. That's the team.
Yeah, I was
Right, but
gonna
I'm
say-
just, but I'm being
Yeah,
very
just
clear and
clarifying.
honest
Oh,
and
okay,
transparent.
yeah, I hear you.
That when I go like we, that it's like not me sitting down at the computer
you're
doing
going-
it, taking the credit.
Like,
I'm
wow.
very big on credit sharing.
Yeah.
Like, so when I say that, so I think we should do a thing like where we cut these little rants together and then we can put those on Instagram. So before I go on my rant,
A rent compilation.
yeah, a rant compilation. Yeah.
Ventilation.
A rantillation. Unapologetic. Oh no, I like those. We would call them rantillational bits.
Rentilational bits.
Rantillational bits. That's
By
good.
Baby D.
All right, by Baby D. Baby D's rantillational
Rantillational
bits.
Ooh, it would be even more fire if it was Baby D delivering them. We already know your face.
We could. That's something we could talk about.
Why are you torturing these boys?
Oh boy.
Poor
I'm
marketing.
gonna Listen,
Is
fire is
Marcus
fire.
I don't think he's
No,
here.
the network came
Oh,
in.
he'll love it. Well, when he comes, he'll love
Oh,
it. That's
boy.
all he asks for is more.
here.
Network is corner huffing and
He's
puffing.
here?
Okay, that's fine.
The marketing?
Network.
Oh,
Oh,
Marketing.
he's networks here. He's
Oh,
everywhere.
boy.
He's the one in the dark.
All the red tape.
So
Are you afraid of the dark?
So initial thoughts in 10 seconds. What are your thoughts with money being the root of all evil? Yes?
No.
No? Okay.
Bruh, you already know where I am.
We're just-
No.
Definitely not.
Okay, you?
No.
911?
Give us all the money.
Okay. So here's the thing that's interesting. Okay. So why then did that saying even come into being? Because here's the thing. In which, and this is where it becomes interesting, because the thing that everybody says is money's the root of all evil. But if you're looking at it through the scriptural context, it's like the love of money.
Yeah, it's a good old
Is
one.
it? So the love is that you're coveting it and that you are, and we'll go just a little bit deeper because people have to pretend like I know what I'm talking about for a moment. That you're coveting it, and based upon the scriptural connotation of that, of coveting, it means that it's becoming idol worship.
Yeah.
And so, especially because when you talk about it, especially when you're looking at the first five books of the Torah, which is the first five, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, the first five books of the Bible, and they're talking about these things, that you're only supposed to have one God.
Yeah.
So that when you begin to love and covet something else,
Yeah.
you're essentially saying that that's your. This is the Ten Commandments, right? There should only be one God. No other gods before me.
Yeah.
So when you're now in love with something,
Yeah.
you're coveting it, and now you're making it your God. You're worshiping it. You're making sacrifices to it and for it. That's where I believe the thing. Because even if you look at, because it's like if you look at through the scriptures, because most of that terminology came from more of a religious doctrine. But then the problem is, if you further investigate that doctrine and you go into scripture, you're like, but there's so many people in scripture that were wealthy.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, but David was wealthy. His son, King Solomon, was the wealthiest man in the world.
Yeah.
He had trillions and trillions of dollars. When you're talking about building all these things,
Right.
they're building it with gold and trade and all that. So it's like, so it took some currency.
Yeah.
And you had to want to have currency, and that was the whole thing of like, oh, look it, you're successful because like you're my people, you're successful. So you'd want to have the people that are representing you be doing well.
Yeah.
So then how did we get from that to, hey man, you know, it's not about wealth. It's all about just being here. So like we've really come in a really different direction now.
Yeah.
All right, what are our thoughts?
For me,
Okay, go on.
Go, you can.
oh, my bad. For me, it's more of the fact that people's mindsets are either attuned to I need money, I need it, it's my world and everything, or I have money, but I don't need it, but it's there. And then these two different people, these ones just live out their lives saying, sure, money is here, it's there, I can use it to my advantage, but I don't praise it. It's not my entire reason for living. And then these ones who are all addicted to money and use it as everything in their lives, and then refuse to take accountability for the fact that they are obsessed with money. And then instead of taking responsibility of the fact that they're the problem, they'll say money is the problem. Whereas it's them wanting that money so badly that they can't see anything.
Because money's not alive,
It's
right?
not.
Like money is the thing. Like money is it's a currency, and what does currency mean? It's current. So it's water. It's fluid, right? And it has to generate. It has to generate power.
Yeah.
And so when you say something like that, it's like, well, no, it's you. It's the way that you're using it,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. So it's like
Facts.
we're all blaming the inanimate objects,
Facts.
and we're not having any self introspection and going, no, it's you and the way that you're utilizing the inanimate objects.
It's such a it's the misconception that money will change you into something that I've never, because I've always known the principles that I hold dear. I've always known who I am, the values that I follow and whatnot. And that would mean that if I had $1 million, if I had $1 trillion, I'd still be my fundamentals, my foundational principles will still be me. So money just exposes some other people.
It only exposes what you
what you really
money
are.
accentuates what you already were.
Doesn't make you become.
Like if you were,
I don't think.
If you were hard to be with before, when you have money, you'll just be harder to be with. If you were a good person before, you'll probably be like. There's certain people that's like, if you're a good person before you get money, then you almost lose all of your money because you're like you're bleeding
you're
heart.
Like, imagine all the good I could do.
It's okay, man. I'll just go get more of it.
Yeah.
And that's where people say, and it's in those moments where people will say that money's changed you. And it's like, well, no, money's changed you in your relationship to me. And now because of that, I have to change. Not because of the money, but because how you have changed because of the money. And it goes back again to the tool, what's being used.
Yeah. Okay, but what they've said kind of sort of sums up the point that we're trying to make. But then it comes back to no one ever wants to take accountability.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I need a fall guy, which in this case, the fall guy is the money. Right? So whatever happens, it's like, I get money, I change, but I change in relation to how now I protect my assets because the money is now my asset. Right? So in believing that the money is changing me, it's like, of course it's changing me.
It should.
It should change me. You should be worried if it doesn't change me. Because then if I worked so hard to get this money, do I not now care about how I keep and utilize it? Yeah.
Because money, you can't eat money, right? So money, the only value that money has is what it's able to purchase, right? So like you said, it becomes a currency to get assets, to take something that's inanimate and make something adamant, right? And so, but there's a lot of people that think, oh, it's just getting the money. And the problem is, this is in my book. Remember, it was the first commercial that I got a lot of money, spent all of it.
Yep. 15,000 US dollars. Just blew
Got
it
you
all.
into debt somehow.
And you know what? As I was thinking about it, I think it was 18.
It was 18?
Because I think the first check was like 3 something and then the other ones were. So I actually underestimated. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, but I just felt like it was much more than that. And it was. But it was that because it's also about a mindset.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that, okay, before I get to my thing, you go.
Okay, so
Fits so perfectly.
It does. It does.
so from the conversation we had yesterday of somebody trying to control you, I feel like this narrative was pushed because the people who have money would love it for you to think that don't get money.
It's evil.
Why would you want the money?
Mhm.
You know, so it's a message that's pushed by people who either want to control a certain amount of people and make something look a certain way, because anything and everything can be twisted to make it beneficial for a certain group of people who know very well that that's not the case. So money being the root of all evil is it's very dumb when you think about it, because it doesn't do anything.
It was inanimate. The people that use the money are the root of all evil, right?
So
It's like
people are evil.
Yeah, like people, you know what I mean? Like it's because, and you have to, once you get into it, even when you get into from the entertainment aspect of it, it's like, you write this book, Auckland Arts, remember, we're just out, we don't plug anything. We have the Tao wines, we have the Bongani cigars, we have the Jock and Jock. Stream of consciousness is what happens when we get into the
And
thing.
we have the merch.
We got merch.
Shop our merch.
I think we're getting new merch soon as marketing comes back from his long vacation. He'll love that on the pod. Make sure you send this a special slice of him. I know, but we don't have
but
the...
I'm not
there.
But I'm not
Yeah,
wearing
it's just
it today.
giving, but it's giving over there.
Yeah. And I'm
Always
giving
giving.
over
Here.
here.
So,
Always
so
giving.
it's there. But what's fascinating is that in this context, when you're talking about from the business of entertainment, imagine you have that ideology, and then you're like, okay, so money's the root of all evil. So then naturally in my head, I shouldn't go try to get money.
Yeah.
But then we have a problem because now I'm trying to get into this entertainment industry, and the first questions that you're asking me are like, hey, where are your headshots? Well, that costs money. And then you're asking me, hey, where's your demo reel? Well, that costs money. And then you're saying, well, you have to change your wardrobe. Well, that costs money. So it's like all the things that are required in order for me to begin to even get into the entertainment space require money.
It affects the quality of what you're putting out there.
So what are we talking about here? What's the context in which you're saying? And that's the problem, because you just use it as a blanket statement. It's like money's the root of all evil. And I'm like, okay, so then go and getting money, but I can't pay any bills with my dynamic personality financially. Now I can make money from that and do them, but I can't just go to the mortgage lender and just smile and just tell a lot of bits. And they're like, you know what, this
I need my Bitcoin.
this month there will be no mortgage payment for you, Dana, because of your bits. These were all-time bits, better than Bitcoin. You get what I'm saying? So I just think that from so many doctrines, and that's my problem with, it's the whole thing of like feeling like you lead people astray.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about these things, people grow up with this mindset of, and then your parents grow up with the mindset, and then they are teaching you, hey, don't let it be about money. But then also as you get older, it's like, hey, can you help us? Well, how am I supposed to help you if I don't have any money? Well, why don't you have any money? Because that's for evil people.
Yeah.
And I'm not evil, and I don't want to be, because if I want to make money,
Then I have to be evil.
then in your mind, I'm somehow you. And if I become wealthy, and it's like we have this whole thing. It's like, oh, if they're successful, it's like, oh, they sold their soul.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like the moment that they're saying, and undoubtedly, are there things that people have done that are unsavory to get certain things? 100%. Again, I'm not an idealist and pretending like, oh yeah, that everybody's making money like that. But like, just because you're like, there is a world that exists where you can be successful and not have to compromise all of your morals in order to do so.
Yeah, that's the existence of that world just like deconstructs all this whole other world. Yeah.
But that's not the world we mostly see, or like that's mostly portrayed.
Yeah, because like you said, it becomes pushing a narrative of like, this is what we want you to think. So we're gonna show you this type of narrative.
And even if they didn't create the narrative, it's just easier to push.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, it's marketable. It's monetizable.
Yeah.
My mind goes to a place that.
Goes-
Do you think?
my mind
Do you
goes
think?
places.
Okay.
You never knew.
You're a traveler.
You're in transit. Your mind's in transit.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I'm
Thank
having
you,
deeper
Dana, for
thoughts.
your
Thank you,
unapologetic
Plug.
plug.
I appreciate
Still in transit.
it.
That's my show. Yeah.
Go ahead,
y'all
you take
catch
the
me there.
space. Take the
Oh.
space.
Wait, I was saying. Do you think then the whole money is the root of all evil could then be intertwine? Is there an intersection with power? Because I hear a lot, and I tend to believe it a bit more for some reason, which is very contradictory. That once you gain power, then you're just more susceptible to do very unsavory things because now you don't live by the rules of all these other people. So to a certain extent, you're like, why should I? You know, because like now I've made it, I can't go back to those days. You know, all of a sudden now you can sleep in when there's no electricity. You gotta go to a damn hotel because it's like, you know, we can't go backwards. So do you think there's an intersection?
It's a shot across the bow, as they would say.
This kind of feels like
That is foul.
No, it's just a random example.
it feels okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, no, because I wanted you to express that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
What do you want me to explain?
no, I wanted you to get out how you felt about the example before I got into what he was saying.
So what's the question? Is there a
No,
question or is there
I
a
heard-
shot? I just saw a bullet with my name
You
on it.
forgot. Is there an intersection? Do you think then the money and the power, the link, is what made people reach the conclusion of saying money is the root of all evil? You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was saying I have a thought on that. Oh my gosh. I think it's
Oh boy.
okay.
What am I
I think
beating you, boss?
it's a matter of self-preservation.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Because okay, kind of coming back to what I said like earlier, right? So like the thing is
Guess I got a drink. There's both of them now.
the thing is you work so hard to get this money, right? And you get yourself into a particular place in society. Let's say societal standing, right?
Yeah.
And now it becomes what am I willing to do to keep myself within this pocket?
Yeah.
And if I might have to do some unsavory things to make sure that I don't move from this particular place in society, then I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And who's to say to me, you can't do that? Because
Why are you
again,
looking at me?
I'm just looking at everybody. We're in the podcast
You're
together.
Like really looking at me.
You're
like,
right,
you
man.
You're like, does
I'm
that
just-
resonate with you? Like everything right now that you're saying is like, is that true for you? Is that true for you? Is that like he's just wait. For those that can't see on the camera, it's like she's talking and he's like, is that good for you? Is that good? He's like checking in with me.
I'm looking at everybody's
like, what are you willing
reactions.
to do, Denim, to keep yourself at where you are? Are
I
you willing
think we
to do
all want to know.
unsavory things?
Are you?
To do what?
Why do you feel like I threw a rock at you? I was just sitting here listening to
You
her.
did it. You literally used the exact same thing that I talked about in this podcast to use that as the example for the intersection of power
He's
and evil.
sweating.
And you're
I wonder
asking
he
why.
was sweating when we
And
started.
then you're asking me,
No.
why do I feel like you threw the rocket? Because you literally wrote my name on it and threw it at my face. What do you mean?
Dodge.
Oh God.
And I happily stood there. It took it.
Exactly. That's where the problem is.
I know. I love it.
We love problems.
Good. Okay,
But
go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
let me just finish up. So
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. So yeah, it's like I don't care if the narrative you have of me is gonna change. I'd rather just continue being rich, because what are you gonna do to me?
Would you compromise your morals to maintain
To maintain
your power and status and
my current
electricity?
status? Do you think I would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Probably.
Definitely.
But you don't know that.
You just.
We'll just have to wait and see.
No,
Damn.
she just said probably.
They said
Yeah.
probably.
See.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Catch me in the next 10 years.
Yeah, that's good. So I think it's true, right? Like what it is it's all about access, man. Like, right? Like it's money. I don't remember if I put this in the book or not, but I do talk about, because I got this from Grant Cardone, phenomenal marketer, and it was talking about like, once you start to do things, trying to put it in a context that makes a little bit more sense. But it was essentially like the when you fly in an airplane, if you can afford it, don't fly economy, fly in first class. If you go to a hotel, and this is for the business, when we're talking about that, I'm talking about this through the business mindset, not just living a life, right? Like, so if I'm gonna go to a hotel, go stay at the 5-star hotel. Don't go stay at the Holiday Inn or the whatchamacallit. And the whole thing about that is not because I'm trying to downgrade the experience, but it was like there's nobody there that I'm trying to talk to that I'm going to go do business with.
Yeah.
The people that I want to go and talk and do business with are sitting in first class.
Yeah.
The people that I want to talk to and do business with are sitting at the 5-star hotel because I can go to the lobby in a Holiday Inn or a small little hotel, and I'm not going to run into anybody. But the chances of me at a 5-star hotel sitting at the bar, I have a much higher chance of meeting somebody that I could do something with.
Yeah.
So what I'm essentially doing is I'm taking that money that I would be buying access for and trying to compound the interest on my opportunities.
Yeah.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
So when you're looking at that, it's about the money is about, okay, I have access to more.
Yeah.
That's what the money is buying. Then it becomes about, well, yeah, once I get in the rooms and you're like, yeah, I'd like to stay in the room. I like to be able to smoke a cigar and do this and talk about business in this room. I know what the rooms were at before.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about this in those rooms.
Yeah.
I want to talk about them in this room.
Yeah.
And then if you sit there and tell me, well, you know that there's other rooms, and I'm like, there's other rooms? There's more. Now, yes, again, as I do have a lot of people that would say that we have this thing that's called there are certain rooms that you should know. If you go through that room, if you go through that door, you're probably not coming out the same person. So don't get so intoxicated with the more and the power of what that can bring. Because at a certain point, wealth doesn't mean anything because I can print money.
Yeah.
What everybody is doing is power and preservation. That's why I said, what do you sell? You sell, to women, you sell beauty. To men, you sell lust. To poor people, you sell wealth. To wealthy people, you sell life extension. Right? So you're always looking at it from, okay, well, once I've had the money and I've cracked the code of realizing that I can just create things and money will appear. I don't have to go work for money. I have to create value. That's your printing press.
Yeah.
So then it becomes about the influence. What people want is the ability to influence other people.
Yeah.
That's what gets intoxicating. The money is irrelevant. Once you have influence and you can pick up the phone and you're just like, hey, you can call a leader of a country and say, you're actually not going to say that. You're going to write this bill. And then I hang up the phone and then I get on my plane and I fly to wherever I am in the world.
Like, this is not a conversation.
That's what people get. And then imagine you sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose this. Yeah, there's a lot of people that would do that. Now for me, would I compromise my morality to do it? No, because I think my ego or my arrogance or my delusion is large enough to believe that I can create all of it without doing it.
I hear that.
And I just feel like for me, I have this pride in being able to say like I went through all of these steps.
Yeah.
And I just think that because of my ego, pure ego, it's not even based upon morality, if I'm being honest. It's like I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and say, yeah, dude, you did that. And you didn't compromise on this. When I say compromise, I'm like, in every negotiation there's compromises. But, we're talking about like your moral ability to be able to live. And everybody has a different moral code of what they're willing to do.
Yeah.
What might be good for you or what might be good for you might not be good for you.
It's not black and
And
white.
you can't then say, well, that's not moral. Well, it's like, no, what you're saying is it's not moral
More
for
for
you.
Yeah.
So when you say that, that's why I always say I'm so big on words and all that, because when we say, I don't like blanket statements.
Yeah.
Because blanket statements are not the same for everyone. So we have to contextualize when we say, are you willing to compromise your morality? What you're really saying is, does your morality look like mine? And will it align with what I'm saying? Yeah. Thoughts? Morality. Compromising your morality for fame and fortune.
Can I digress a little bit just from this?
Why are you asking me what you can do?
No,
When
just
you
not
ever
even
ask me
you.
what you can do?
It's not even it's just open a statement.
He's
Not
gonna
asking
You're
you.
trying to have thoughts.
Yeah. Now he's trying to think. He's
thoughts.
trying to think. Okay, go ahead. Have
Go,
fun.
PB.
Surrounded by my ops.
Go ahead.
I was
BB.
just thinking, as he said a sentence that was intriguing to me. It's something that I was thinking about. Like, nothing is really a blanket statement. And I got you thinking, have you ever been in a relationship and told someone that you love them and they told you that they love you too? Do you think you were saying the same thing or meaning the same thing?
Okay.
Because
wait.
we'll both say it. You
Wait.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But then it's contextual also, because you find that you will say I love you, right? Then the person will be like, okay, shit. Okay, because you said it, I'm gonna say it to you. I love you too, right?
You know what that is called, right?
What?
When that what she's just saying, that's called the art of reciprocation. It's called it's called the art of reciprocation. So you feel like because they said something, you feel like you're
You
in a
have to
position
give it-
where you have to
yeah.
give them something.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, and then there's the context where it's like, okay, I love you. Then the person's like, okay, but I actually feel the same way. Yeah, but I haven't said it yet. But then this is the doorway for me to say that. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not sure if
Can
you
I ask the
entirely-
question in the way that you're trying
Thank
to
you.
say
Yes,
it? Okay.
you're,
Thank you.
you're
All right, I know,
you're
I get
asking-
it.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it's okay. He's learning. He's still in transit.
I'm still in
It's
transit.
okay.
still having thoughts.
It's okay having thoughts. So, what we're saying is that everybody has their own identification of what love is to them.
Yes.
And what oftentimes in relationships, specifically younger ones, as you get older, you don't do this. But when you're younger, you are just excited. You're just, I'm feeling things. Great. Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Feel all the things. But what one would want to do is to, in a moment of having real conversations, which a lot of people in the younger generation have trouble doing because it's really hard to have conversations about scrolling through social media all day, right? Because outside of that, for a lot of people, that's all they're doing. But they're not doing a lot. Not you guys. I'm just saying in general, right? So when it's now time to have a hard conversation or a challenging conversation or something that's not fun, that makes it doesn't feel laughable,
Yeah.
you go, hey, just out of curiosity, what does love mean for you? And then they're like, that's an interesting thing. No one's ever asked me before. Because I've always just said, I love you. When your parents say I love you say I love them. And you're like, and you have a generalized idea about what that would be. But you've never maybe yourself even interrogated it. So when you're saying that, what ends up happening is you'll say I love you, they say I love you too, and then off we go. Then certain things start to happen. You're like, none of these things are matching up with love. And then you're fighting, but you're realizing that it's really because we never agreed to the terms of what that is. So the question then becomes, a more accurate assumption is, has anyone ever had a conversation before they've said that and said, hey, what does love mean for you? And let me tell you what it means for me, and let me see if what my love is how you identify love, and can we go from there?
So that's the question.
That's the question.
Okay, I've had I think I'll say two. I've had two, probably the most recent past two, right? Where I posed the question, like, how do you feel like I should act towards you, or what do you feel like you need in order to feel loved, right? And then it's always been I don't know, just
Stuff,
and I'm like, that's not good enough.
Stuff doesn't make anything happen.
Yeah. And then as you go on, you're like, is this something that you feel like
you're always in the guessing game.
Yeah. So then it's like, do you feel like this is what you need to feel like you're being loved? And then they'll be like, the thing is, I in past relationships, things always do this and do that. So, and I'm like, but then I need you to think about what it means to you.
Be intentional.
Yeah.
Be intentional.
So
that's interesting. That's an interesting thing, because then you're in a perpetual state of guessing, and then the problem with that is when something happens, they're like if they have a negative response to something that you do, they'll have a disproportionate response. Because they'll be like, well, that makes me feel. It's like, well, how would I know that? If you don't share any of these things, how am I supposed to know the button, the non-the-button, the this or that? And it becomes a little bit challenging. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but I think it also just comes with the level of, we did this episode, with the EQ.
Facts.
It comes
We never got those test results, by the way.
Yeah. We should get those.
Yeah, sorry, but go ahead. Yeah, with the EQ.
It comes with the EQ.
Facts.
And the actual level of maturity that you're at, because there's level of maturity you think you're at,
Yeah.
then there's the level of maturity you actually are at.
No, yeah, because because it is one of those things where, and you can tie it into everything. It's the difference of like sitting on your couch and analyzing in your own head your best cheerleader or your own worst enemy, right? But we can all be delusional and be like, yeah, if I was in this situation, I would do that.
I would do that.
And then when the situation requires the more that you were sitting on your couch talking about, you're like, I don't even know how to even, like right now the mountain seems, it's like, I could climb that mountain. It's like, but you never work out.
Yeah.
But you never interrogate that part of the conversation. You just say, I can climb the mountain, and then that's the end of it. And then your mind is
And
like, of
everyone's
course
like,
you
yeah.
could. Of course you could climb the mountain.
Yeah, you
And
could
then you're
probably
like-
climb the
And then
mountain.
you talk to somebody that's done that work,
Yeah.
and you have the audacity to come up to it and be like, I can climb the mountain with you. And it's like, oh, you can?
Let's
Bet.
go.
And then it's like, nah, bruh, I want to hear nah, bruh. But
Yeah.
that's exactly what you're
Let's
saying.
go.
It's like, and this generation and a lot, even older generations, it's all the same in a lot of these different ways because they all have their own distractions. But being able to be self-introspective and being able to actually be honest about the things that you're like, hey, I don't do this well.
Yeah.
And I need to be honest with that. I need to be honest about where I am and what I have to offer and what I can bring to the table.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's really, really challenging to then myself who's in constant flux invite somebody else into my fluctuation in the hopes that they will then and give them a burden of being the anchor.
Yeah.
As if they themselves are also.
Yeah.
And then fine. As if they're not learning and evolving and doing new things. So you almost have to be, and depending on who you are and where you are, and I'm very big on this, because I do think that it's the same thing in entertainment, it's the same thing in any businesses, very much the same thing in relationships, that it's like, for you, I can say it from a man's perspective, I have certain things that I think like as a man, you have to be able to do. And then I have things from a woman's perspective that I believe that you should be able to do. I do not, the same things that I believe that I should have to do as a man are not the same things that I think that a woman should do. They're not the same. The qualifications I have for myself are not the same qualifications that I have for a woman. You understand? So I got to a space, I remember for a long time where I'm like, I don't even know, like it's this constant, like we're going like this. Where I was like, I'd rather just be a little bit more solid and invite somebody onto the island than to be like, hey, do we want to jump in the ocean together and swim to the island? It's like, that's really, really cute.
Yeah.
When I was like in my early 20s. Because I'm 24 now, that's why I said it's early. As this podcast goes, eventually my age is going to be revealed to all. And as this one's like, it's on Google, and I was like, Google lied. Google doesn't know me.
Where did you meet me, Google?
But you actually know something fascinating? I'm not digressing.
Yeah.
Do you know that there was an article that came out 10 years ago that said that Google knows up to 99% accuracy where you will be 1 year from today?
Based on what?
But can you ask?
It's just speculation.
Your data, your analytics, your behaviors.
Okay.
But can you
your
ask?
footprint.
I don't know. A decade ago when I read the article, and I was like, no, it's because they have so much data.
Yeah. We got so much on you.
They know your buying patterns. They know your sleeping patterns. They know so they can based upon this. So they can already preempt you.
Yeah, like, okay, from the photos that he posts, he's always in this one room apartment. But then every night we see him. He's buying all this food, and then he bought a car, but he's still there. Though with his means, a year from now, my dude,
he'll be
not looking good. I could buy it
somewhere else, or there'll be another bed in there for a roommate, right? So like,
I could buy that.
Right, like so they do know that, but the reason why I'm saying it is like it's just. It goes the same thing in business where we keep talking about it's like show me the people that you're hanging around the most and I'll tell you where you're gonna be. If you're hanging around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. So I'm a big proponent of I just want to be around people that either want to be successful or 2 are already hyper successful. Yeah. Because 1, you feel like you're in a position on either or. 1, I'm in a position where damn, I'm just looking at everybody. I'm like like I'll give a fun example. Kevin Costner, season 1 Yellowstone. He's sitting around, or we're standing around and we're talking, and he goes, he had like, I think he had said at that time, he had like 8 homes, right? And then he's like, and he has pools in all of them, right? And then he was like, yeah. He's like, I just keep the pools heated, right? And we're like, year round? So like, I don't know, like for you guys, like contextualization, like keeping your pool heated
Yeah, it costs a lot.
year round is a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah.
Okay, like thousands and thousands of dollars
Yeah.
to keep a pool on 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like, and I have 8 homes, right? And so when I say that, we're not talking about like a kiddie pool.
Yeah.
We're talking about like,
An actual pool.
you know, we're talking about like at least half Olympic-sized pools or a little bit smaller than that, but like big pools. And you keep and we sat there and we're like, and I remember asking, I was like, but if you're never at them, like, why do you just keep them on? Poor mentality, right? And he was like, so that if I decide that I want to go to the house, I don't have to wait for it to heat up. And I said, I said, all I want is that. Then he walked up to me one day, and it was so nonchalant. And again, super, super humble guy, but because, and the reason why I'm telling
so cool.
but I'm telling the reason why I'm telling the story is less from the well side, but more of what the expectation is. So one day he walks up to me, he goes, hey, where do you keep your boat? And I was like, huh? And he's like, no, like your getaway. Like, what's your getaway?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean the getaway? He's like, well, you know, like if society collapses or there's an earthquake, if anything happens, he's like, I dock my boat here and my driver knows, he picks me up from this point and this point from wherever I am and da-da-da-da. Like, where do you keep your boat? What's your exit plan? I was like, Kevin, like 2 years ago I was sleeping in my car. Like, I don't have a boat, bro. I only learned how to spell boat yesterday. Right? Like, but it was so funny because he was bringing it up not as a flex, but it was like everybody that I hang out with has a boat.
Yeah. It makes sense.
And if you're here, don't you have a boat? Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's less about, again, this goes back to the thing, it's less about the wealth. It's just about this thing of like, but if we're all in the room, are we all having the same experience? Because how did you get in the room then? Right? Like, how are you here?
How did you get here?
You get what I'm saying? And so what all it did for me is it's like, you know what? All you're doing is elevating. And again, it's not about, I'm not trying to make it this materialistic thing, because it's also about the capacity of what you can do. But I think for an audience from the entertainment perspective, it becomes more materialistic and it's more entertaining that way. And I think that oftentimes when you talk about the philanthropy side or the foundational side of things that you do, it feels, at least for me, is why I don't talk about it, self-aggrandizing, and I don't like that. I talked about this even when we talked the social media podcast. I don't like talking about anything that I do from the giving perspective. I don't like talking about that because I'm like, that's not for the audience to be able to do that. So if I don't talk about that because I don't do it, it's because I don't want any attention for that. But from the materialistic standpoint, what you're saying, so my thing is this. It's like you either want to be that person that's in Kevin that's looking at a younger person that's like, hey, obviously you're here because people here think that you have value. So let me give you some game, give you something to strive to. So that when you go home around maybe your group of friends, you ask yourself, are these a group of friends that I'm going to go on that boat with? That we're all going to have a boat with? Like, you guys have seen this on social media where, like, people go out, they have, like, the super expensive menu, and then they all take their cards and put it down, and they ask the server to come, and they just say, bro, just pick one.
I've seen that.
That's fine.
First of all, you want to talk about a flex? That's a flex.
That's a flex.
Everyone around you is within the same.
You're like, bro, just throw the card down. And you're like, bro, the bill's like $7,000. You're like, yeah, bro, just toss it down. Anyways, you guys good? What do you guys want to do? And then you ask the server, come. Okay,
then you order.
Pick this one. Everyone's going, ooh, whatever. But no one's concerned.
It's like, who's it gonna be?
It's less about that, right? It's like it's your version of like who's gonna get the last chip. You know, like it's like you know, but for them, they're like, all right, go this one. Like, damn! And then we click it, we move on. It's more about the elevation, the rooms that you're in, the people that you're around. And so for me as a man, I'm always trying to hopefully elevate those that are around. But when you get into the relationship aspect, that's where I always sit there and I go, okay, so what do you have to offer? What do you have to bring to the table? And that's where the hard part comes, because you want to have interpersonal relationships. But also at the same time, I want to have something to bring to the table other than some fun conversations about my hopes, dreams, and desires. Because as much as that's great, your hopes, dreams, and desires is not going to pay any of these bills. They're not going to take us out to dinner, right? They won't take us on any trips. they won't help out in an emergency. So why are we here?
Yeah.
Why am I being engaged? And that's a hard part. And those are the hard conversations that a lot of people don't want to have because it's a head scratcher. It makes people feel uncomfortable. But I was like, but we've all been there. It's not a knock.
Yeah.
It's just simply saying that what we're doing is we're also hindering kind of the way that society moves because then they get out of a relationship and now they have a negative perspective of a gender because of it. So it's almost like you're being selfish.
Yeah.
You know you don't have anything to offer, but you're just going to do it anyways. And you're not concerned about the negative repercussions that's going to do for everybody else. Okay, what are your thoughts? UK, do you have thoughts?
No.
Yeah, I know. You're on the pillow vibe. One day when we put UK on camera, it's going to be a tough, people. You know what we might do with her? We'll just record her on like a loop and put her on YouTube, like so that people can watch. Because like watching you get really comfortable and like nestle in and when you're self-soothing with the pillow, is very comforting to watch.
Yeah.
It is.
And I think
Like I want to do
people
that.
might want to fall asleep
It
just
is.
to that.
Yeah.
And so like as I was telling you guys about the guy that did well, I don't know, it was a woman or a man
The
that did the
fire?
fireplace thing that made $1 million on YouTube because they played the live of the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe we can do that with you, UK. Maybe that's it.
Value proposition. Now
Yeah,
it's
maybe
more
that's
than
the
just
value
sleep.
proposition where she just grabs new pillows and she just
Stares into the camera.
engraves on them and plays with them until she nestles in like
I
a honey
I
badger.
didn't play with this pillow.
She's covered up. For those that can't see, she's also covered
She's
up
so
with like
But
she.
I'm wearing a skirt.
Well, I know, but I'm saying you're also covered up. Like you're like I'm just saying, like it's like a blanket.
There's nothing wrong with it.
She's like a honey
There's nothing wrong
badger.
with it at all.
Yeah.
And then on one, I'm listening to his Kevin Costner story. I'm dying in my head because it took me back to the other day. Right, we're in the. I get to the office. I get to the office. I make sure that I'm at the office before Denim. Because that one time he arrived before me. That wasn't okay. Fuck. But then this one time, he finds me. I'm just chilling in the office. I just got here. I'm settling in. Okay, what's my day looking like? You know, thinking about the things that I'm thinking about. And then Denim pulls up, and I was like, bruh, what's going on with the sparkling water? There's no sparkling water
The pandemic
anywhere, bro. He's like,
going on.
what? And you know, he's coming to me like, you know, like I could, like I know where the sparkling water disappeared to. You know,
Because you drink it too.
yeah, because obviously we're in the same room. You know, I just go. He was having a whole conversation with me about what, bro? What's going on with the sparkling water, bro? And I'm like, damn, yeah, the sparkling water. Am I right? I was just laughing the entire time. I was like, this is gold. I love this.
I didn't even think about it.
That's exactly what I was. I'm like, dang, no, I got.
Just trying to figure out what's happening.
Like I'm just thirsty, guys.
No, but it's
I
the
just
same
want
I
sparkling
just wanna get
water.
some-
It's the same way when you say let's order a meal, and then I look at the prices every time, and every time you just feel like type shit.
And you're like,
Let's just order a
what do
meal.
you want?
And you're like,
And
and
you're-
I look at you and I'm
and I'm
like,
like,
this man doesn't understand the thought process that I'm going
The
through.
sparkling water incident is a core memory for me.
it's-
He went on a whole 5-minute rant. I'm like, damn, yeah. I'm just
other
nodding like,
particular things
sparkling water.
that I don't like. I don't think about sparkling water. Never the coconut
Coconut
water.
water, you never.
Yeah, I do get that. As you say it, I do see. I can hear how it
You
sounds.
sound
It was
very,
amazing. I loved it. I was
You
like, yeah,
sound
that's
Detached.
how it should be.
no, you sound very much like you have entered the phase in your life that you're in, and the rest of us are catching up. We're like, wait,
Yeah, where your broken.
you're
Yeah, we're like,
you know those
those-
Costner.
You know those round windows on like ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you're inside and all of us are around.
Looking
that's-
in?
Yeah.
I'll bet.
Around, and
You're
peeking in.
basically
We're like,
our Costner at this point.
But we try to. But here's my thing. It's so funny that you guys are saying that. But I hope. But I also hope that it because when I'm hearing, I'm like, ugh, gosh, that's so obnoxious. But the goal is
Made
that
us
because that's what I told you guys yesterday. I don't remember if we was even on camera after. Is like that. I really don't want to keep hearing. I think I was telling marketing about this. Like I don't want to keep hearing about the poverty mindset, right? I don't want to hear that because it's not only disrespectful to say it to yourself because it becomes real. It's also disrespectful to me because I'm like, oh, so wait, so because now I'm around everybody, so I'm around a whole bunch of people that have a poverty mindset. Well, now I need to reassess what we're doing Because if everything becomes what we don't have and what we don't have, what do we have?
Yeah.
Right? And like I said, and maybe Sam we will put the thing of like my empty refrigerator where I was like, right, I told you the story about like when I would go to a sushi restaurant and order like a little 8-roll piece
Yeah,
and
and then
eat 2 pieces
Yeah.
just so I can watch a basketball game, right? And
Yeah.
get in some air conditioning because I'm sleeping on a coffee table, no air conditioning, and that sushi roll is $5. But that's why, what's the phobia? What's it called? Pennyphobia?
Peniophobia.
Pennyphobia. But that's why I have that now. Like I'm terrified. Like I remember, I'll give you a perfect example. Like a couple of months ago, my manager called me and we were having a conversation about the entertainment industry. And I was like, yeah, man, I just talked to such and such. They haven't been on a film set in 2 years. Like a big star. And then I talked to one of my other friends, also a very big star. And he was like, I haven't been on a film set in 5 years. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, and then my manager, so we're sharing the story, and then he goes, so Denim, that means, you know, maybe it's like, you know, I think there's a lot of opportunities. Obviously, you're doing a lot of things. You're probably gonna have to like cut down lifestyle. And I was like, what is that? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
He's like, you know, instead of, you know, if you go out, if, I didn't say I do, if I go out 5 days a week, which I don't, go, you know, 2 or once. Okay. And I'm like,
none.
but then I'm like, and then what will, like, then what do I do? It's like, go sit at home. And I'm like,
What do you mean?
but I know what that is. I don't want to, okay, don't have, but I want wine. Yeah, but what if you can't? And I'm like,
At some point they'll be like, maybe get buffed, and you're like, excuse me?
yeah. Well, like, you know, maybe, you know, portion out, have a glass.
Ration, you know.
Let it, you know, let the bottle live.
Just a glass?
And that's why I worked with it, because I got off the phone call and I realized, number one, that is a reality, right? And number two, I don't want that to be my reality. And so because of that, I'm like, what are we doing next, guys? That's why, like, every time I come into the office, like, I have thoughts. Everyone's like, oh, gosh. Because I'm like, guys, you don't want to go out to meals? Am I the only one that wants to go out and do things? Like, am I the only person that wants to go out and have experiences?
No.
So if there's the next thing, baby, crank the next thing up. And that's what I'm saying. For me, I would rather work 24/7 and be able to go to a restaurant and not look at a menu price. They do. I had the same thing with Cole. It's just like, and Cole's like one of my, he's the only person from a thing that literally was like, he was in Europe and then decided, hey, I'm going to come to South Africa. And he flew in for 1 day. Cole and I spent like 12 hours in South Africa together, right? And he came down or whatever, and it was great. But I remember season 1 of Yellowstone, 2017, 2018, he goes, hey, I want to take you out to dinner. And it was myself and Jefferson White, who's Jimmy on the show. So we go out to this dinner, and he sends it. He's like, I was like, where are we going? So he sends me the restaurant. So I look at the restaurant. I was like, it's like a 6-star. It's not a 5-star. It's a 6-star because we're in Deer Valley, Utah. Deer Valley is like what they know as Billionaires Row in Deer Valley, Utah. Is where we used to shoot Yellowstone, or where we were staying. We shoot Yellowstone in another place, but you'll get it. So anyways, we're looking at the restaurant. I'm looking at the menu prices for the sides. So like for a side of chips, it was like 600 pula, which is like the equivalent of like $45 US for a side of chips. So I'm looking at this menu and I'm like, in my head, I'm going, Cole, like in my head, Cole, 2 years ago, I was living in my car. I'm making small little, like, I'm here. You know what I mean? You're making like 75,000 times the amount of money that I'm making per episode. And now we're going to go out to dinner and I'm looking at the side and I'm like, oh my gosh, let alone like a plate. The plate's like, $300 or whatever. So it's like 4,000 pula or whatever for a plate. So we sit down at the thing and I'm like, okay, here I am doing the thing. And then we start ordering things. It's like, let's get some appetizers.
Can I please
And I'm
get
like,
salad?
and I was like, yeah, I'm not really hungry. I'll eat when I get back. I ate before. I had a big thing before. And then he's like, bring the wine menu. And then he's like, so he brings the wine menu. He's looking through, and there's nothing. He's like, bring the sommelier, right? So at a lot of the usually like, I think it's like 4 or 5-star restaurants, they usually have a sommelier in-house to come out and specifically talk to you about the wine selection to pair it with your meal.
Ooh.
So when you go out, you don't order your meal just like that.
That's fire.
What you do first is they ask you, well, what type of wine are you interested in?
That's fire.
Do you want a red or a white? I want a red. Bring the sommelier. The sommelier will come and then say, what are you interested in eating? Well, we're thinking about the fish and this. Okay, well, we recommend this wine, and this wine. That pairs perfectly with this because that's what they get paid to do, right? So there's he's bringing up wines that are not even on the menu, right? So we have no idea. So if you look at a menu at some of these restaurants, they'll have a thing called MP. So does anyone know what MP stands for? It stands for a menu price. So it's just whatever we feel like that day. Like whatever the restaurant has decided that, but you don't know what the price is until you get the bill. It's just his menu price. So you're getting the wine and you're like, I don't even know how expensive this was. I have no idea. Are we splitting this? But I also am like, I don't want to be like poor and be like, hey, so Cole.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm okay. Before you pour the
you
more
don't wanna
wine,
be that guy.
I'm okay.
I'm just trying to understand. Are we splitting all of this? Like,
How do you even bring that up?
three ways? Well, how you bring it up is you eat very conservatively, and then at the end of the meal, he pulls out his card, and it's like, thank you. We'll take another bottle of this, and that gives him the card. Who knows how much the meal was, right? It's irrelevant. But I had this whole experience of sitting there and going, in the same thing where I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, like. We could get the same burger at such and such. We could get the same. It's 40 pulla there and it's 700 here. Isn't it the same thing? And it's like, no. You know what it is? It's the room. It's the experience. It's the people. It's the conversations that you'll probably have.
And it's also the chef.
And you know what I mean? So that's the money. So when you say the money is the root of all evil, I'm like, I can't buy into that because I want to have experiences. I want to be able to, but I want to do them with people. I'm very much a community, I'm very much community based in that mindset, which has probably been part of my downfall. Where I probably could have been further in my career if I stepped away from the community for a while and just did what I needed to do, because the community that I was around wasn't in a community that was trying to build. And so for many years, I just allowed myself to be, because I was afraid to lose the community. I didn't want to be in isolation, So I would encourage, hopefully the community that we're trying to build is that's why I keep saying, here we dream, here we're trying to do big things, and pushing, not as a flex, but as it being I left high school. I don't have a university degree. I don't have any of those things. So according to global analytics, I'm a moron, right? I'm an idiot. I shouldn't be here. So then what more for everybody else? So it's get what I'm saying? I left school when I was 15 years old.
Bold.
To go and do things and just try things and go and learn. So by the global statistics, there's no reason why I should even be having this conversation. There's no reason 15 years ago or 10 years ago that anybody would be sitting with me on another continent talking to me about how I'm talking about sparkling water or coconut water. Right? So I say that to say so as a benchmark, then clearly you can do it. Now it's just about, can you channel and can you get out of all the things that I don't want to do? Oh, well, I don't really want to stay up late. Okay, well, I don't know how to help you. I don't really want to work hard. Well, I don't know how to help you. Because all of those things that you say that you want require those things. Yeah? Do we have thoughts?
Read The Opulent Artist. I think I said this. No, it's not even. I know it's a plug.
You were a blueprint.
Let me get my thoughts on
go
these
through
people.
that.
I think I said this on this podcast once already. If I didn't, I'm saying it now. It's not a book about acting. It's not a book about being in the entertainment industry. Honestly, it's a mindset shift. Because not so long ago, I was one of those people who, you just blur out the words, nah, I'm broke, nah, I'm poor, I'm this, I'm that, But then the mindset shift, it's just so important that, right now, even as people are saying the example of a ship, now we'll be on the outside and doing this. In my head, I'm like, no, I'll be in that. I'll be in the room. I'll be in the room looking out, Yeah.
Or I'm on the boat.
I'm on the boat.
At least
I could be next to the ship.
At least I'm in around the area. That was the biggest, and that's the biggest thing. It's it's really hard, and this is what social media has done. Social media has done a great way of making you feel bad at where you are. And making you feel as though whatever your small wins are not big enough. Right? So it's you could be winning every day, doing something every day that's actually leading you to something greater.
Yeah.
But the moment you turn on your phone and click an app, it's almost like you're instantaneously reminded that you're not anywhere.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because you're like, but how could I be getting better if I'm still doing feels like I'm doing the same thing? And it's like, because it takes time. It's a compounding interest. And so in those moments, and then when you finally get it, the goal is that you'll keep going and that you'll share it with more, but that you'll be not afraid to lose the money. That's the thing. Because once you finally get it that you've been working for, then it becomes, well, are you willing to go invest it? Because then what I've noticed is that with people that I was hanging around, I'd be like, okay, now I'm in the room. And then they bring you a deal. And they're like, you want in on the deal? And you're like, of course I want in on this deal. Okay, it's going to be X amount of money. And you're like, bruh. And then you look at your account and I'm like, if I spend this money, that's it. But do I want to be in the room?
Yeah.
And that's where it starts to get, and that's it happened to us. It happened to me with Bongani. I reached out to him, loved the cigars, loved the story, DM'd him. He got back to me. We set up a phone call, and he was like, "So what do you want? Like, what's the thing?" And I was like, "I want to be an investor." I was like, "I want in. I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to just run around and smoke your cigars and take pictures of them. I want in. I want to be in the room." And he's like, "Okay, this is how much the room costs." And I was like,
Okay, let me sit
I was
down.
like,
Let me settle.
and we're on the phone.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I'm in."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay, we'll write up the contract and I'll send you the banking details. And then you're in the game." And I sat, and I'll be honest, he sent me the contract and then our investment contract, all these other things. And I sat there and I looked at that paper for like 3 days. And he would just keep texting me like, "Hey, are you good? Let me know so I can make sure." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And I sat there and I kept looking at this. I was like, you could just go and buy a cigar. Like, there's nothing wrong with just going and buying the cigars. Like, you could buy thousands and thousands of cigars for this price that you're going to spend for these. And then I was like, I know, but then I get none of the upside. Once I smoke the cigar, that's all I've done.
Then it's gone.
And then it's gone. And I would have nothing at the end of it. But at least if I lose all my money, I can probably offload. Say, "Hey, dude, I got to pull out. I got to get liquefied out of here." And that becomes a great hedge.
Yeah.
But it's getting out of the poor mindset and saying, you know what, I want to live. I want to be opulent, not just opulent in wealth, but in the mindset. Because a changed mindset is not going to change your money.
Yeah.
It will change your money, but you're changing your money, getting your money up, and not having a changed mindset, your money will be gone.
Yeah.
So I think that for entertainment, that's why I say I don't think it's the root of all evil. I think I think that you are the root of all evil. Because it's about how you use it. Use it as a tool. I can change lives with this, or I can destroy lives with this.
Yeah.
And that's a tremendous opportunity.
Facts.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, and from listening to you speak, I'm just thinking, don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. It's not like the mindset shift is a one-time thing, because now at the base you're like, okay, cool. Let me shift my mind and say, okay, cool. I can do this. I can achieve it. I can be on this boat. When you get there, you're in a different room.
Yeah.
You know. Now there's an opportunity for more, and if you go back, if you revert to that mindset now of, okay, cool, I shifted my mind once, and then I took a gamble, and it's like, okay, now I'm saving.
Facts.
You know, I can't. You want me to invest what?
I dipped my finger. Now I can just take it off.
Because they won't call you again. Like, that's how it works. Like, I always say that investors will call you 2 times. They'll call you twice. The first time is to meet you.
Yeah.
The second time is to ask you for the opportunity. You say no to the opportunity, we're not calling you again. I'm calling you for the opportunity. Do you want in?
Yeah.
You kept saying that you want to be in the room.
Yeah.
And we want to be in the room because in this room, we're talking about deals.
Yeah.
So what do you bring to our deal table? Because we're thinking about scalability. And you're thinking about saving. And then this is where the famous line in the world is, savers or losers. That's where that triggers a lot of people. Because you're like, oh, I'm saving my money in my, and maybe you have a high yield savings account or something like that. Don't take any financial advice from me. I don't know anything. I smoke cigars and drink wine. I don't know anything. But if you just put it in a savings account, you're like, oh, the savings account is earning 1%, 2% a year. Inflation is 6%, so I'm actually negative 4% every year. Maybe you can put it in a high yield savings account, which is like maybe 8%, 7%, because I think the stock market is like 9% every year. So if you outperform the stock market at 10 or 11, that's great. But that's long term, right? Investors want to invest; they want action,
Yeah.
right? They want a reason to wake up every day.
Yeah.
Putting something in for 20 years for an the whales, the sharks, it's not interesting.
Yeah.
I want big action. I want it right now.
Yeah.
Right? That's why you have these venture capitalist funds. Hey, let's just start putting billions of dollars into IT and tech. Something's going to hit or something's not. In the US perspective, it's like fail early and often.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fail quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
The quicker that you fail, the faster we can know what we can do.
Yeah.
In Africa, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
We don't want you to fail. And we need you to give us a reason why we know with 100% certainty that's going to be successful. Well, that's not investing. Because I don't know. Anything could happen. I could give you a great apartment play. And then all of a sudden, an earthquake can happen. What do you want me to do? So it's about getting out of a poverty mindset and going, I trust myself and I trust the information that I have. I'll get more of it. I'll get it back. I can get it all back. But if I don't have the mindset and I don't have the education, if I don't have any money, where am I going to get the education from? I can't afford to buy books. I can't afford internet to even watch YouTube. I definitely can't afford to get into the rooms where the people that have information have. So I'd rather use my money now to get books, to invest, and to get into the rooms. Then if I lose it, I'm okay because at least I know what I can do to get it back. Yeah? All right, guys, what is our unapologetic takes? We have unapologetic takes. What are our takes? We have takes. 911, do you have takes?
Yeah.
I know you like this conversation.
Yeah.
This is one of your favorite conversations, I know.
For real?
He
Yeah, he
always
loves this.
smiles every time.
No, because he likes the investment. He likes the business side. He likes the scaling side.
Yeah.
He likes that. So I know that it's a lot to chew on. So I'm interested in what your unapologetic take would be.
Fail even if it hurts.
Yeah. You know what the great thing is? If you have to go back to eating white bread, at least I've done it before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, at least it's not new territory. Like but that's why I say, if you're younger, don't try to take on more responsibilities in your personal lives. As far as, okay, I'm going to go and have kids, or I'm going to go and do this. Because it's one thing if I sleep in my car. You don't want to sleep in your car with a whole bunch of other dependents.
Yeah.
That's not cute. I can go sleep under a bridge.
Yeah.
You can't have the other people around you sleeping under the bridge with you because that's not your job.
Yeah.
So at least if you're going to do it now.
Yeah.
Right? This is the time to take those swings now. But keep going.
Because the feeling sucks.
Oh,
That's true.
But the potential upside of the failing, if you don't fail, again, because nothing is ever guaranteed that you're not or going to, but if you don't fail, two things, you never know how it feels to fail,
Yeah.
and you'll always be starting from zero, because when you fail, you're never starting from zero.
And you never know what success is.
Yeah.
Man in the arena. Right? Like, it's at least the man in the arena knows what it's like to try and fail. Right? Like, that's the whole, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Because at least I'm in the game. And you'll look at me and go, you're an idiot. And it's like, but at least I'm in the game.
Yep.
And be in the game. Right?
Yeah.
All right. You go.
I think it's also about knowing who you are as a person. Because risking in a certain area where you're not willing to just say, okay, it's fine, I'll come back. You know, because some people risk in places where it's just like, okay, I'm just trying to get a quick buck and leave.
Yeah, no, you're trying to make money fast.
And
That's actually not a real thing.
That's-
There is no making money fast.
That's ridiculous. And you gain debts that you can't pay back and
Facts.
you haven't learned anything.
Facts.
So it's about being wise with risks and knowing
Calculated
how to-
risk.
Yeah, calculated risk. Don't just because a lot of people are gonna take this advice and be like, oh, okay, let me just jump into the.
You're like, you know what? I am gonna go do Betway. I'm gonna
Let
go
me
put
go.
10,000 on Betway right
I'm
now.
gonna take
Let me
risks.
go.
Because Denim said, risk it all.
Risk it all and get into those spaces regardless of whatever happens.
Right.
And that is very stupid.
Facts. Yeah, facts. No, it's true.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's important to highlight that fact because there are people who think like that.
100%. It's interesting that you're saying that. I was, a couple months ago, I was sitting outside of a restaurant and I was having a cigar, and then I was typing something. This guy comes out. It's a place where there's a casino like right next door, and he comes out and he asked me for like 10 pooler or 20 pooler. And I was like, bro, didn't you just come out the casino? He's like, and he's stressing, like stressed.
Oh no.
And I said, what's wrong with you? And I have this thing where it's like, I thought that my ego, my arrogance, and all these other things, but I was like, I'm just chilling. But people like to come up and talk to me and share things. And I was like, okay, what's up? And then he's like, I spent like 8,000, 10,000 in this thing. I lost all of it. And he was like, I have to get back to a remote saw. Right? So a remote saw is like 35 minutes away, 40 minutes away, right? And he's like, and my wife is pregnant, and and the first of the month is coming up next week, and I've gambled everything. And he's like, and now I need to be able to, I don't have any money to even call her to tell her why I'm not here yet, back at the house. And I said, bro, I don't know, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't know how to help you with that. Because I was like, how do I not know that you're not going to take this 20 pula
And go try and make
and
it
go
more.
back in and try to say, well, if I get lucky 45 times in a row, I'll make all my 10,000 back. It's like, that's never happening, right? Like, because that's
In what world?
Because that's what gamblers think.
Yeah.
How do I know that? Because I was a gambler. I played Texas Hold'em. I was sports betting, right? I love the action. I'm a big action guy, right? But then it was like, you're just in it for the action. I'm not even trying to study. I'm just trying to get the win. And so I was like, I gave him like 10 pool or whatever because I don't really carry cash like that. And then, but I did tell him, I was like, bruh, I was like, there's nothing that I can share with you in this moment that you can hear.
Yep.
So you might as well just go home and take the L. And when you walk into the thing, she asks you, just tell her straight up, this is what I did. I'm tripping. And you gotta have to deal with whatever those repercussions are. So that's the whole thing. I don't want anybody to take, first of all, don't listen to me for financial advice. Do all of your own research and do what you're comfortable with. All I'm saying is that the people that I have learned from, these are the things that they have said to me. And the same things that they have told to me are the same things that I have been trying to apply. I'm not yet perfect because there's larger rooms that I want to be in, but I'm like, I have to have a larger value proposition to get into these rooms and to have more to offer into these rooms, because once you get into those rooms, it's like being at a poker table. You're not allowed to sit at a poker table unless you're playing the game. And they don't even want you to watch at the poker table.
Yeah.
Chip in a chair. What are you in for? Oh, I'm just here to watch. That's not fair. You can play that online. Go do an online poker. Go do that back there. Over there. Here, we're doing things. And that's a great kind of allegory for a lot of us in our lives. Where it's like we're so desperate to get to the more, and you're like, you're not even ready to get to the more, and you're not willing to risk it. To get into it, because it's the difference of, for them, they'll lose 1,000 and they'll pull out another 1,000 out of their bag. You're like, I need this for my transport, my this, my rent, and this, and then it's like, well, then you probably shouldn't use that 1,000.
Yeah.
If that's what you need that for, don't use it for that. Don't use the money that you need to keep your lights on.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, what do you got?
I think fall in love with being uncomfortable. Yeah, find a way to be content with putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, because the truth is nothing's ever going to happen if you're not willing to put yourself in an uncomfortable
100%.
position.
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and this
for sure.
doesn't just apply to like business, but also like your personal life.
Yeah.
Because like conversation we had earlier, it's like if you're not in a place mentally to be able to self-introspect, then you probably should go sit in a corner somewhere
By yourself.
and
Yeah.
think really hard about what you want.
Yeah.
And try and find a way to grow yourself mentally and emotionally and know what you want.
You can't, again, we said it all the time, you can't fill somebody else's cup if you have nothing in your cup.
Yeah.
Right? All right. We got.
Stop being so fucking lazy. Stop making excuses. If you say this is what you want to do, get after it. Go open a book, and I promise you, then you're not in your head anymore. You're in your head because you're sitting down and expecting yourself. You really want to be somewhere else, but you're not willing to do what it takes to get somewhere else. How do you expect any results?
Yeah.
Get into the game, get yours.
Yeah, and it does help. Like that's one of the reasons why there's certain why I do like podcasts.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes, even for me, because I don't hang around a lot of people, because of the way that my brain works, what I like to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm very selfish about that.
Yeah.
Like I'm very selfish about that. I'm very selfish about how I spend my time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very selfish about who I want to spend my time with. And likewise, I'm very selfish about the types of conversations that I want to have.
Yeah.
And I do that because so I don't hang around a lot of people. And so, but after a while, it becomes very isolating because you're like, I feel so crazy, because then you go out in the world and you're around people that are just talking about my poverty and my this and my that, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to freaking here in Botswana, the way that it works, I was like, bro, here in Botswana, there's an airport with an airplane that you can get to and fly somewhere else. To see that what you're saying that is here in Botswana, as if here in Botswana represents
The rest of
the
the
here of the world. And I was like, I promise you, if you fly 35 minutes south, they're not saying here in South Africa the way that things work are. So it becomes this like product of environment, but the problem then becomes, like I say, the comfort zone is comfortable, but nothing grows there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to sit there, and instead of maybe, and again, if the rock hits you, it is what it is. Instead of saving money for the new Jordans or saving money for the new this, and maybe save new money for an airline ticket and go. And even if you can't stay in the best places, at least you're in somewhere new. I would rather travel. And use all my money on travel and experiences than build mansions and drive a nice car. I'd rather sell my car and my thing and this and third and travel. The amount of information, the conversations that I can have with people, the things that I learn, the things that I can apply that give me leverage when I go to other places, because I know that what I'm saying is scalable in other parts of the world, that's money. The house, because at the end of the day, half the time I'm like, why do I need a larger bedroom when I'm not even in the bedroom most of the day? Right? So I'd rather take that money and spend it on experiences. Right? So that's the whole thing, is like getting into the game. So when I listen to podcasts, I don't feel alone in the thought process.
Yeah.
When I read autobiographies, business books, I'm like, oh wow, what I'm saying is not actually new or special.
Yeah.
This is just what you should be asking.
Yeah.
So if you start doing that, you're like, oh, you're asking the right questions, which means I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
Now I don't feel crazy for the thoughts that are in my head, because now I can't, because if you do it in your head, you spend more time thinking and trying to analyze if you're crazy than you do trying to begin to apply the things that you're thinking about. So when I read books, watch podcasts and things of that, or listen to podcasts, I feel like I have a group that's around me that's like, yeah, dude, this is what it takes. Then once you get on those podcasts, you're like, damn. I'm like you guys don't realize, like, I was just listening to you guys on this podcast like 2 months ago. Or 2 years ago, and now I'm on panel discussions with you. Like I told David Uyelio when I first met him like 3 years ago, I was like, bro, do you know that? Okay, 2 stories quickly before we go. Say I have 5 minutes, because it's important for the conversation what he did. So there's this. So because wanting to be an actor, so what I would do is I want to buy these books. Can't afford the books, so I would go to bookstores and I would spend all day in the bookstores to read the books that I couldn't afford to buy. Right. So one of the books was this lady named Margie Haber. So Margie Haber wrote this book called How to Get the Part Without Falling Apart. And in the book, she had certain actors that had written like forewords, right? And one of the guys in there was David Uyelio. So David Uyelio had written a thing. So I'm reading this book from Margie Haber. So Margie Haber's like one of the top acting coaches in the world, right? And I'm like, I would love to. I read the book and it was like transformative, right? For me as an actor. And actually, when I booked one of my first starring gigs, I brought that book with me on set all the time in my trailer, just constantly reading to reinforce it because it wasn't stuck yet. So if we fast forward a couple years, And I meet David, and I was like, hey, man, I was like, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I was like, it's so crazy. It was like 3 years ago, I was reading a book that you forward Margie Haber. He's like, oh, Margie, yeah, she's great. Da, da, da. I was like, yeah. So I'm playing basketball during Yellowstone, like when I wasn't filming, and I thought to myself, I was playing basketball every day. Mm-hmm. And I was like, but I'm playing basketball every day still. Why won't I do this for my crafts? So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go take acting lessons. I want an acting coach. I don't need lessons, but the coach. Just to refine and really get more into the meat.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to call Margie Haber's office and submit. So she happened to have this master class. So I immediately was like, I'm going to go into the master class. So you can't just, with the lessons, they have different coaches, beginner, intermediate, expert, and on. Yeah. And then I think if you're like the fourth one, you can study with Margie. So I was like, okay, well, at least if I could get in the room, I was like, I'm on Yellowstone, it's not like I'm doing nothing, right? So there happens to be this master class that she was going to be teaching, and it was going to be online. Everything that I hate. So it's self-taping type of stuff, it's online things, I don't get to be in the room, don't get to use dynamic personality, everything that makes me...
No personal interactions.
No personal interactions, everything that makes me uncomfortable, and I have to go and be in a class, which I hate.
Yeah, we know.
So it checked every box. So I did it. Right? Jumped.
Make yourself uncomfortable.
So we're sitting in the class. Margie's there. We're doing our thing. It's like a 2-day class. And during that, I then decided, okay, I asked one of the expert acting coaches. I reached out to her. I was like, hey, would you be willing to be like my acting coach? Right? And so she's like, yeah, like I'd love to. And it's talented. Congratulations on your success. Thank you so much. And so I'm in this class with Margie, and we're talking, and this, that, and the third, and I told Margie, one of the first acting books I seriously read was your book, How to Get the Part Without Falling Apart. Yeah. And she has a new book, that's this book here, F Your Comfort Zone, right? Margie Haber. That came out. So we're talking. 2 days after the masterclass is over, on the third day, she calls me. She goes, hey, what did you think about the masterclass? And I was like, oh man, I think it was great. I was like, you really touched on everything that I hate. And, it's about self-taping and all these other things and how to make self-tapes alive. And I was like, I told her the story again, and I'm just, I'm ready to go to like that level. Yeah. And she goes, but I'm really upset. And I was like, why? And she was like, why didn't you ask me to be your personal acting coach? Oh. And I was like, what?
I could do that?
And she was like, I don't know. She's like, I saw in the office that such and such, I won't say their name, that such and such is going to be the actor, and I don't understand why am I not the person? Yeah. And I was like, Margie, I'm not going to lie to you.
You didn't even think that was a possibility.
I'm just...
I was just happy to be in the room.
I was
just there.
I was just happy to be in the class.
Yep.
To have a little bit of attention. Never did I think that I would even have enough courage to even be like, hey, Marge, would you be... And so she was like, no, F that. I'm your acting coach. Fine. And I was like, okay. Right? And then it was like, yeah. And I was like, so how does that work? She's like, if you need me to come to set, and help you in between scenes, if you have auditions, we'll do stuff online, we come here. And that's the thing. And then that's how that happened, right? And then it was interesting because then maybe 4 months later, Margie started her podcast, and then she called me. She's like, "Would you be willing to come on come onto the podcast?" And I'm just sitting here, so we're in the middle of the podcast, and before the podcast, I just kind of have these moments where I'm like, "How did we even get here?" Right? And now I'm sitting here talking to Margie Haber about my experience as an actor, right? But I was like, literally 5 years ago, I couldn't even afford to buy your book. So I had to read your book in a library. And now I'm sitting here doing your podcast and you're my personal coach. I'm an idiot. I didn't finish school, right? I'm a failure in life in all comparisons to reality. And yet here we are. So this is all about the thing of what I'm saying is again, it's not about me. I'm keep trying to encourage. I'm saying don't look at where you are right now as that being your final destination, right? There is more if you want more to be possible, but you have to make yourself uncomfortable. You have to be willing to sit there and trust yourself to say, hey, look, it's a gamble. To me, it's not a gamble if I'm willing to do the work and I'm willing to study.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a gamble if I just think I'm going to say this and sit at home.
Yeah.
Right? So I love that. I just had to share that. Shout out to Margie, because Margie Haber is phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
Before we move on, I just want to say real quick, I might know a little bit of what that's like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just maybe.
Me
I don't
too.
know. Just
I know exactly what you mean. We're having the same experience.
So make yourself out there. Okay, UK, round us off.
Well, my unapologetic take was the fact that I will not allow other people's thoughts or beliefs, specifically the ones which annotate to things being negative for me, to dictate how I'm going to do things. If someone is gonna say, no, you can't, money's bad, this is that, I'm gonna be like, I'll define it in my own way and see how it works for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what didn't work for you might work for me. What you had a bad experience might be something that I can make flourish.
Yeah, I might have a different experience.
Because not everyone has a specific touch with specific things.
Right.
So I can't allow the fact that it didn't work for you to be like, yeah, then it's not gonna work for me.
Yeah,
And
this
then
is
I
the way that
limit
things work.
myself.
Yeah, letting somebody say that this is the way that things are.
And I'm not gonna allow anyone to limit me. Thank you.
Yeah,
Take
no.
that.
Yeah, it's so fact. I think my unapologetic take overall is don't allow somebody else's limitations to become your reality.
Facts.
And that's overall what a lot of people do. We've never seen this before because you come from this country, because of that, because of our family, because of and that. It just, the list goes on and on. And that's in your interpersonal relationships as well. If you're in a relationship or in relationships with people, whether it's friendships, interpersonal relationships, whatever it is, and you can't share and express all of the things that you're trying to do and aspiring towards, and if the only thing that they want to do is talk to you about all the reasons why that's not going to work, or asking you about, hey, did you ever consider why it might? No, I'm in what I'd say is I'm in the delusional phase of my life right now.
Yeah.
I'm in the delusional phase where all things are possible.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ride that wave until I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And then you have to leave. You have to exit immediately. It doesn't matter how much time you've invested.
Yeah.
Because it's that and that's like the doubling down on stupid, right? Get out. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And if you're around people that are not trying to go somewhere, you have to leave as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to go somewhere. The longer I stay here with you, it's like taking that one more step.
Yeah.
If I just take one step every day, over the course of 7 days, I'm taking 7 steps. If I take no steps, I'm now 7 steps behind.
Yeah.
That's the
Right?
thing.
So you have to keep going.
Yeah.
Right? All right, guys. We got a little bit deep. I think we did it, though.
That was fire.
Started a little bit weird. We did it like in reverse order.
We did.
Yeah, we
right? Like
did.
we kind of did like our weird after darks, all these other things in the beginning, and then it's like I said, like even when we switched it up from the red to the white.
Yeah.
I like to say I like consistency, but you cannot always be predictable, right? Be consistent, but don't always be predictable. All right, guys, this is the Unapologetic Podcast. Obviously, I'm Denim, and always go opulent.
Go
global.
That was good.